Hello guys, welcome to the raid school for phase 3 of Dimensius. So to start with, we're all just gonna spawn in over here. We get the damage jump while these stars will spawn. And the tank will run over to the other side of where we are. It's worth noting that during this raid plan, I don't move the stars ever, but they will spin around the room in the same direction throughout the entire fight, so just everything that we do is just in relation to where the stars are. So the first thing that happens is that we get the rings. The ring behind us will never be the first one. It will always be either this one or this one. So the call will be either left or right, depending on if we're going left if this one is first, or right if this one is first. There's quite a lot of left and right calls throughout the fight and throughout the raid plan. All the left and right is always looking at the boss where you are right now. So just left, right. And we will just move into the second one, or into the first one that explodes, then into the second one that explodes, and then just back off a little from the third one. Then we will get the first Devour. So we're gonna ping a player. I think I'll probably just ping myself. And that will act as the middle point of the stars that we're going into. So if I ping myself here, then green will be 2 to the right of my ping. Purple will be to the right. Purple will be 1 to the right of my ping. Orange will be 1 to the left of my ping, and star will be 2 to the left of my ping. So the ping is the middle point, and then it's just the 4 stars around that. Oh, that's a double slide. Right. Then after we are going into and we also go into the stars at the very last second, so you don't take unnecessary damage. Right, once we've been into the stars and the Devour has happened, then we will exit the stars like this. So if you're in the green one, you will run to the right around the boss. Everyone else will run to the left around the boss, and we will meet up on the opposite side there. 2 stars to the left of star of the yellow marker. The only exception is that the tank currently tanking, this guy here, will move to the left as well. This guy will have autos coming on top of him, so it is important when the people from purple, orange, and star doesn't lag behind, because when they may get hit by the tanks, the boss's autos, and get knocked around. So these people run immediately over here. Green people move over here, and this tank moves over to the right to the left of star, going left. So the final positions we end up in is something like this, and we get the first gravities, and we get the tank suck. So the tank suck starts between yellow, like just to the left of the yellow star, and then the gravities will have melee on the right next to the edge of this. We'll have healers to the left of melee in the middle here, and then we will have ranged all the way to the left there. So in a line here, looking here. And then when the suck happens, then melee will run towards the tank, like with the suck, to get pulled right on top of the tank, and then just get into melee so they can hit the boss. Healers will not touch the movement buttons, they just get dragged normally towards the tank. Ranged will fight against the pull, so they are staying further away, and then we should be naturally spread out like this. And of course, when I'm talking melee, healers, and ranged, I'm talking about the assignments that we have for who goes into what gravity, which is the same as in phase 2. So it's the same groups here. Then we get another set of rings. We handle them in the exact same way as the previous one. Then we get another set of gravities and a tank soak and a tank pull. The raid after the rings needs to be positioned to the left of the leftmost black hole So we have 4 black holes in a row. The raid positions to the left of the leftmost one, so this one here. Melee will be standing all the way to the right here. Kind of like just in front of this star over here that isn't exploded. Ranged will be to the left of those. And then healers will be here at the back, a little bit like to the left of this unexploded star over here. Then it's the job of the tank to just make sure that they line up so that the ranged and the melee is in a line towards each other with the tank. And then naturally the healers should also be like to the left of this unexploded star here. So when the pull happens, then these two will get dragged along here, hopefully missing this star here, while the healers will get dragged here, hopefully missing the star here. It's fine if one person just like puts their toe into this. What's not fine is if we get 6 people in one of these stars, it will immediately explode and then we will wipe. So the tank doesn't have a lot of time to do this. So what I will do is, like I said before, just make sure that these two are in a line, and then it's up to the rest of the people in here to make sure that they are spread properly within this, that they're not getting gripped through the boss, and that they're not getting gripped through the stars as much as possible. Same for the healers here, just it's up to them to position so that they get gripped correctly. And during this grip, it is very important that while the gravity is on us, that we do not move at all. Because especially on the second time this happens, like we'll get gripped like during the gravities. Here it's a bit more leeway, but still the rule is still, while you're getting gripped on this L formation, we do not touch their movement keys. The reason to do for this is if you touch the movement keys, then the game will register your movement before the rest of the people, and it is possible that the game will count you as being outside the circle while you are actually in it. And if you are outside the circle, well, when you have the gravity, then you will just die immediately. So while we're getting pulled here, just do not move your character at all. You can still cast spells and everything, but do not move your character. Even if you're melee, getting gripped out of melee or something, do not worry. Make sure the gravity is gone, then you can start moving. This also goes with adjusting for the star and things like that. Like, try to not do anything like that at all. We should plan up properly so we do not need to adjust for the star. Or not adjust until the gravity is resolved at least. The tank that was in this melee soak is going to be the next active tank, so they just run off to the right here instead of the rest that is getting sucked to the left. Then we get basically just repeat of what just happened. We get another set of rings. Then we get another set of this L-shaped gravities. We handle that one in the exact same way. And then we get pulled together in the exact same way. The position on here is still the same. It's just to the left of the leftmost black hole. At this point, the black holes would have rotated a bit, so it's always relative to this black hole right there is where we will find each other. Depending on how these rings go, it may be a bit further to run, it may be a bit shorter to run, but after these rings, what you're looking to get to is to the left of the leftmost black hole. And like I said, on this one, even more important than that we actually do not touch our movement keys, because this gravity will be active while we are getting pulled. Okay, then we get the last devour, or the second devour. And here there's no ping or anything, because there's just 4 stars left. Naturally, the star, they're just divided here. So the star here is the one furthest to the left of the safe star. Then orange is to the right of that, purple to the right of that, and green all the way to the right. So this is just dependent on the stars that remain already. And same thing here as well. You go into the stars at the very last second. And when we exit this, then the arena will be very small, the stars will be very close to the boss, and the creation disk at the edge will be very close to us. But the logic of exiting this is the same. We will have one tank, the active tank, will move to the left. Everyone in purple, orange, and star will also move to the left. And the people in green will move to the right. And we will meet up right here on the opposite side of the 4 exploding stars. So in the middle of the 4 previous black holes, right there. Then when we are all stacked together here, we are going to have one person run out here, a melee, and ping themselves. Again, this is probably going to be me. So we're all stacked together. I run out, I ping myself, and that means that I'm claiming this area between the 2 stars, black holes here, for melee. So that means that the one to the left of that, looking at the boss, becomes the healer spot. The one to the left of that, looking at the boss, becomes the range spot. So I run out, I ping myself, and then everyone else immediately just goes to the place they're supposed to be. Once again, this, when I'm saying melee, healers, and ranged here, I'm referring to the gravity groups. So looks like this. If I run out and ping myself here, it's melee here, healers here, and ranged here. The active tank will be opposite of where the ranged stack is. So how we handle this pull is this gravity will resolve a little bit before the pull. So we just spread out in the gravity, and then we have to handle the pull. So ranged and healers will just run against the pull, because the tank is basically on the opposite side from them. Melee can kind of let go of their movement, just moving to avoid the black hole, or they can run together with it. But they should not run against it, basically. I guess they can as well, but probably easiest to just get dragged along here, because there should be a pretty straightforward line here. Then we get the first rings of this very last part. The rings in this part are very deadly, and because we have very little room, it's quite hard to deal with them. So it's important that as soon as the rings spawn, we run towards the first one that will get activated. So if this one here is the first one, you run all the way out there to get the start as soon as possible. This includes melee as well. Then you will wait in this gap here between the black holes for the second disk to reach you, and that should be enough time for your first dot to clear. And then when the third disk is coming towards you, you run away from that. You need to run away from that circle a little bit. So in summary, first just go to the first ring immediately, take the first hit there, wait there, just rotating around together with black holes. Wait for the second circle to hit you. As soon as this has hit you, you can run away from where the third circle will come, and your dot should be able to clear. Obviously, people like mages, warlocks, monks, and things can just use your blink things to get through these rings, and you should try to do that as much as possible to reduce the load on the healers. Then the phase pretty much just repeats, so I will ping myself again to claim a melee spot. My logic for this will always be that if we're standing here, right in front of a black hole, I'm going to run out to the right and claim that. If we're all standing together in a hole already, then I'll just ping myself in that hole, and that will be the melee spot, and ranged and healers just move out of that hole. Once again, tank will position opposite of ranged. Ranged and healers will run against it. Melee will get dragged along or run towards it. For this one, the gravity will resolve just as the grip is starting. So since, just as we talked before, you do not want to move while the gravity is happening here with the pull. So like you stand still in your spread positions, and then as soon as the gravity ends, then you start pull, like fighting toward against the pull if you're ranged or healer here. But do not start like running before the gravity is done. Then we get one more set of rings. We handle them in the exact same way as the previous one that we did. Just run towards the first one, wait there for the second one, and then run away from the third one. Hopefully we can also skip these rings. We should definitely prioritize personals and things like that on surviving like the first set of rings, and also like surviving the grips, because it's very easy to stack in this accidentally. At this point, the boss should be extremely low, or maybe dead already. So do not worry too much about planning around this fifth set of rings. Just make sure that you leave the previous ones. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and see you guys in raid.